काम करो, ऑफ करो, मैं बोलता हूँ।
Hypothalamus is a part of diencephalon, which is an important link between our nervous system and the endocrine system. There are different hormones that are secreted by hypothalamus, which come under mainly three categories. The first category is the hormones that are released from the hypothalamus, which are responsible for secretion of hormones from anterior as well as posterior pituitary gland. They are called as the releasing hormones. The second type of hormones which are released from hypothalamus are inhibitory hormones, which stop the release of different hormones. Then there are other hormones which are two in number released from hypothalamus, which are stored in the posterior pituitary gland, and they are the vasopressin and oxytocin, or other name of vasopressin is ACE. The hypothalamus is the main master through which the different hormones are synthesized, and then they are released in the anterior and the posterior pituitary gland through the hypothalamic hypotal you can say portal vessels. And this is the way where the blood moves through the plexus and then it is secreted into the gland. Once it comes in the anterior pituitary gland, it causes release of these different hormones through the releasing hormones which are released from the hypothalamus. The growth hormone, inhibitory hormone, the adenocorticotropic inhibitory hormones. These are the different hormones which are released from the hypothalamus. Once the hormones travel in the anterior pituitary gland, they reach there and then they are responsible for secretion of again growth hormone, which is very important hormone for growth of the individual. It has effect on the bones, it has effect on the protein synthesis, on the fat metabolism as well as on the carbohydrate metabolism. Growth hormone is also responsible for the process of mitosis, where there is increase in the cell division in each tissue or in each cell of the body. It is also responsible for the lengthening of the bones, for increasing the thickness of the bone. So overall increase in the size of the human body is because of the production of growth hormone.
One is the eye, second is the ear, third it is nose and the nasal cavity, fourth the tongue, and the fifth the skin. Now the skin has the options of identifying either in the special senses, or you also take the skin into the basic epithelial components. Now when we see the structure, we always say what is the macroscopic appearance of it and what is the microscopic appearance of it. Now the structural study, when we are identifying macroscopic, means what actually is the external appearance of the part or the organ, and when we say microscopic, means what is the thing which is not visible at the naked eye but requires the help of the microscope or some instrument to identify the cellular component or the tissue. Now with this base as a primary thing, if you look at the slide which is projected, now you don't get a section of the eyeball as a slide, but you get a section of the eyeball, what you call as a tiers of the eyeball, only to identify the layers of the eyeball. Now we always identify the layers of the eyeball as the three. One external, which is protective layer, second one is the nutritive layer, and the third one, which we say that's the inner one, it is the sensitive layer, that's the retinal layer. The outer layer, when we identify cornea and the choroid, the facing part. So though eyeball is said to be a rounded structure, the total structure is not visible exteriorly. Any human eye which is seen exterior is only this component is identified exterior. That's the white, some part of the proper portion of this cornea you can see, and the white portion which is there, that's the sclera part. But the total circular structure, only the 1/5 portion which you can identify exteriorly, and the remaining 3/4 portion is, or 4/5 part of the eyeball, it lies in the orbital socket or it lies in the bony socket. Now when you are identifying the different layers, protective layer, this is the first outer coat, then you have the nutritive layer as the middle coat which we say, and then the inner layer as the sensitive layer. Now how the shape of this eyeball is preserved as a rounded structure, if this component is only on the basis of the 1, 2, 3 layer. Now the shape of the eyeball rounded structure is maintained by two additional components which we say as the vitreous body, and the second fluid component. This is a jelly-like structure which is the inside, and the fluid component which is there as the aqueous body. Now this fluids or this jelly-like substance in the fluid is separated from each other by a hard mass or the concrete mass or the hard tissue that's called as a lens.
As you know, this is a human skeleton. Bony and cartilaginous parts of the body form the skeleton. Now, as per position, skeleton is classified into two types: axial skeleton and appendicular skeleton. Axial skeleton, which forms the axis of the body, that is the skull, vertebrae, sternum, and appendicular skeleton is the appendages, like the two limbs. Now, there are about 206 bones in the body, and bones are classified as per many types. Like as per their size and shape, they are classified into long bones and short bones. Long bones are the humerus, radius, ulna, femur, tibia, and fibula. Short long bones are metatarsals, and metacarpals. Then sesamoid bone. Sesamoid bone is formed from a seed. It is like a seed. It is formed from a tendon, like the patella bone. Then there are flat bones. They are the scapula, skull bone, then sternum. Now what are the function of bone? First is it provides a framework. Then it is for protection. Many of the vital organs are protected, like the heart. Heart is protected by ribs and sternum. Then brain is protected by the skull.